Hey guys, sorry I haven't done a makeup video for a while. It's been crazy year with lockdown with 3 kids keeping me busy. But I thought I'd do a makeup look today for a natural bridal look. So I've done my skincare already. I've done my cleanser, toner and moisturiser. I recommend using good skincare before you get planning the wedding day. So I recommend you using at least a month or 2 at least before you get married. Good skincare, at least cleanser, toner, moisturiser, because good skincare leads good makeup and you want good photos on your day. So I recommend definitely good skincare and drinking plenty of water. I don't like water, so I'm drinking lemon squash at the moment. So definitely plenty, hydrate, it's really good for your skin. I can't get that through enough. So I'm just going to start how I would do the makeup. So I've got my hair back up to the way. Like I said, I've cleansed and toned the moisturiser. I've given myself 20 minutes for this moisturiser just to sink in properly. I'm going to start with my eyes just because if I get any fallout around on my face, I just find that it's better to wipe it off and then start the rest of my makeup. If you get fallout once you've started the rest of the once you've firstly done the foundation and everything, it's a pain. I've got the Urban Decay, I don't know if you can see that, excuse my overtanned hands. I've got Urban Decay primer on my eyelids, and I'm just putting that all over my eyelids. This is really good for helping my eye makeup stay in place. It stays in place really well. It's really good stuff. Especially in this hot weather, the eyelids get a bit greasy, they start creasing. This is really good to help that stop. So the other thing I'm going to do is I am going to put my primer on first, just so that gets a chance to soak into the rest of my face before, and I can carry on with the rest of my makeup and it's had time to soak in. This one's Makeup Revolution Pro and is the pore primer. So I have large pores on my cheeks here, so I definitely recommend primer because it helps just go over the pores, just make them look a little bit smaller, helps your makeup stay in place longer as well. It's brilliant stuff, primer. I never do my makeup without primer. So I just massage it all in. And as you can see, I'm suffering with spots at the moment. I've done a hormonal breakout, so I'll show how to cover them up as well. So normally when I'm doing a makeup wedding look, people like to have a natural look, but it's not natural that you can't see the makeup. It's natural that you can just about see the makeup. When you're having wedding makeup, you still want to be able to see the makeup a little bit, because when you're on photos, you want the makeup to look perfect on camera. So by seeing the makeup slightly, it makes the makeup look better on photos, if that makes sense. So I've got the Morphe palette here, and is the 35W Warm It Up palette, and I like to use this for weddings. This is my personal palette. So I'm gonna go for pinky, peachy colours, and it's got some browns in here, but these look a bit, there's a warmer brown here. I might use that one as well today and see how we go. So excuse me, I'm going to be using this mirror as well because I can't see properly in the camera because I'm really short-sighted. Far-sighted? Short-sighted? Don't know, I can't see anyway. So at the moment I'm just using the white in here. I'm going to try and stick to the same palette if I can, just to make this tutorial more simple. If you haven't got these eyeshadows, this actual palette, that's fine. You can use whatever you got. It's just to give you an idea on makeup. So I'm just getting this, I've got a fluffy brush. Fluffy brushes are really good for blending out the eyeshadow, and it's not as dense, so it doesn't pile that colour on. So I'm just literally putting this all over my eye base, because I like to start off with a neutral colour, and I think just everything blends better when I do this. Okay, so just put that all over my eyes, blended it in, and like I said, I just think that the eyeshadow I'll go on to next will blend in easier when I've got a neutral base to start with. So I'm going to get another brush. This one's a bit denser. Like I said, you can use whatever ones you want. This one's a little bit denser, this brush is. Help pack on that colour a little bit more. So what colour am I going to go in with? I'm going to go in with this colour here, is Peachy Tone. And just here on my eye crease here, you can see I'm just going back and forth. I'm going to create this outer corner here. I'm going to go up, like there's an imaginary V there. Up and out here. And down. Right all around there. And just dipping back into the eyeshadow colour. I'm going to go up there again. Like there's imaginary V, and up here. And do the windscreen wiper motion. And just go up a little bit higher. You don't want to go too high because you want to highlight your brow, but you don't want to go too low either, because when you open up your eyes you want to make sure you can see that colour there. And you do the same on the other eye. What I'm doing on my eye there. And this is a very neutral colour to start off with. I just like to go in with a neutral colour, mark up the space I'm going to be using, and I find it easier again to go back and to blend into these colours then. So there. I think I'm going to go in with this colour is a little bit more pink here. I don't know if you can see on screen. And do the same again in V, and into a windscreen wiper motion. Not as high as I put the other one, just a little bit lower, so you can still slightly see that colour. And same on the other eye. Imaginary V. Windscreen wiper motion. So you can see that colour there. Just turn that light up a little bit more so you can see that colour a little bit more. And just dipping into the same colour and going back over. Remember, it's easy to add colour, it's harder to take away, so just add a little bit of colour at a time. I'm not going into my eye space here, I'm just literally going in my crease, a little bit higher than my crease, in the imaginary V, up and around you. Don't worry about blending up the colour yet, I'm just placing the colour where I need it to be at the moment, and then I can blend out. So I'm just blending out that colour. You never want a line of colour, like you never want a separation to the colours, you want to blend it in perfectly to each other, but you never want a line there. So I'm going back into that peachy pink colour, the second colour I used, and just building up that colour again until I'm satisfied with the colour. Come back with my white fluffy brush, back into my brow bone, and again blend it out. Blend, blend, blend. That's why I always say blend. Blending is your best friend. Okay, starting to see that colour now, it's starting to build up. I'm just going to get out the corner under here on my eyelid slightly. And again blend. And so just building up that colour, taking my time because I don't want to overdo it. Like I said, you can add, you can't take away. It's harder to take away. Back into that white, into my brow bone again, and then down to blend the two together. Okay, and now, no. I'm looking for a denser brush so I can pack on the colour on my eyelid. Denser brush, so the bristles on the brush are harder to move, so it means it's denser, I can pack on more colour. So I'm just dabbing the colour on here. So you haven't got to have all the brushes I've got, use what you feel best, and if you've got the colours I've got either, just use what you're comfortable with. And blend in. I'm going in circular motions when I'm blending, I'm going around like that because I find it blends just better out. Now I'm going to go in with this warm brown shade. And I'm just going to get closer to the camera. I'm just going to go this out of the ear. Out of the ear. And slightly before my crease here, on my crease here. Around like that. So open my eye, and then I'll open my eyes, look forward and see if I can still see that colour when my eyes open, because you still want to see that colour when your eyes open, but you don't want to overlap the first colour too much. You don't want to overlap that colour at all, sorry. So you want to, on your eyelid, that out of the, making sure I'm not going too high, but still see that colour when I look forward. And the same in the other eye. the V going across, slightly in that crease there, and all over the eyelid. Again, I'm just being gentle where I'm putting the eyeshadow and how much I'm putting on, because, like I said again, it's easy to add but harder to take away. So blending with a fluffy brush again. So, I got the Makeup Revolution Life on the Dance Floor guest list, and I've got this, it's like a darker warmer brown because the other brown's not coming out on camera, so I've got a slightly warmer, darker brown here. I'm going to get a smaller, denser brush again, and back to the Morphe palette. What colour am I going to use? This brown here on the bottom here. Right, so I'm going to get in close here, so I'm just going to go in the outer V here, across here. So can you see that V there? So I'm just going to fill that V in on my eyelid. Open my eye, make sure you can see that colour there when I open my eye. Slightly, a little lighter handed with my brush, my finger goes up higher up on my brush and slightly drag that across the crease there, so it causes a light line. And I'll go in with my brush which I use the peachy pink on. I'm just going to use that to blend that out. Okay, don't worry about fallout at this point because we're going to clean it up and do our foundation after, so it's absolutely fine. So I'm going back in with our darker shade in the Morphe palette, and I'm going to create that V again, and exactly the same as I did on the other eye. Fluffy brush, I'm going to get a bit more of a shimmier, so white with a bit more of a shimmer and the Morphe palette. Just go under my brow bone, just highlight my brow a bit more. So I haven't done anything to my brows at the moment. I've had them microbladed few months ago, and I love that they're just so easier to do now, so much easier. My eyebrows were so blonde before and pretty non-existent because I wore plucked in the 90s, and they weren't looking great, I gotta be honest. So they look amazing since I've had them done. So with that, I'm just going in the inner corner of my eye here. Just open up my eye. Make me look a bit more awake. Stay. Okay, so I'm going to clean up my face because I've got fallout. As I said, I probably would have, but that's fine because we're just going to clean up and then go on with the foundation. That's exactly where I do my foundation last. Okay. So just making sure I'm not taking off my eyeshadow there. Sure I get all of that off. And the primer's had time set into my skin, into my pores, so that's fine. Okay, so I've got my trusty Lodenberry foundation. I absolutely love my foundation. I think this is shade Caramel. I'm not 100% sure. I think it's Caramel, this one. And I've got a darker shade here as well, so I sometimes have to mix these two to get my right colour shade when I've been tanning. So I'm just going to mix them two together. So I'm going to pour my palm on top of my hand there. I love this foundation. It goes on really easy and it gives a nice healthy glow to the skin. It covers what it needs to cover, but it doesn't look cakey on the skin. So I've got a little bit of the darker shade. I'm just going to mix that in together. Might need a bit more. I like the shade. This one. A bit more foundation. Because I like to use a sponge on my face. Sometimes I use a foundation brush, sometimes I use a sponge. I just usually like to use the sponge on me personally. So before I go into my foundation, I've got to colour correct because I forgot hormones. Yeah, beautiful. So I got my Revolution Ultra Base Skin Corrector, and because I've got a little bit of redness in my spots here, I'm going to use a green base. Green cancels out the red. So if you've got red going on, you can use that to cancel out the... I'm going to put this on before I put my foundation, just because this colour corrects, takes the redness out. And then the foundation will put the colour back into my skin then. So I'm just using my finger. I've got a bit of redness. Okay. And I've also got the under my eyes. I'm quite dark under my eyes. I think it's just hereditary. I think it's just I can't get rid of it. I try drinking loads of water. So I'm going to use, because I've got a bit of a tan, I'm going to use the darker peachy tone. And go under my eyes and just under my eyes there. Use my fingers and just where the darkness is. Just going to colour correct there. And then I'm going to go over the peachy colour there. I'm going to go on the top of this one here. Just because that one's looking quite dark. You can colour correct and just makes it a little bit easier to cover those bits we want to hide. Just going to blend that out. I'm not looking as dark under my eyes at the moment, and my spots are not too bad at the moment. Just taking that colour out of them so it makes it easier to cover them. Bye hormone betrayal. So I'm going to go back to my foundation. I'm going to mix the two together on top of my hands there. So I like to test about you to see if it's blending in about the same colour. You want the same blending in. See if it's the same skin tone. No, it's looking pretty good. This foundation, I can't say enough about it. It's absolutely amazing. It's long lasting. I just find it really gives a beautiful, healthy skin tone. But it just looks amazing on the skin. In photos, looks amazing. The other tip I'd give with putting on your foundation, if you're using a beauty blender or a sponge, makeup sponge, just take that extra time just to blend it into the skin. I think it just lasts longer on the skin. I think it just looks more well laid on the skin. So I got the Revlon Colour Stay concealer, and I'm just going to dot that underneath my eyes. In like a triangle shape. I don't need those because I've colour corrected, I've used this foundation and it's covering pretty well, so I don't need those. And I like to just drag it up here slightly. I like to highlight with it slightly. It just makes my face look more lifted, my cheekbones a little bit more structured. It just lifts the face nicely. It brings attention to you. I'm just going to wipe that foundation off my palm. So once I've done that, I like to go in with the cream contour, but you don't have to do the cream contour if you don't want to, because I will be doing a powder contour as well. I just like using the both together. I think it just works together well. You don't have to do that step if you don't want to, if you don't want to mess around with the cream contour in, but I like to do a bit both. So I got the Anastasia Beverly Hills here. Got one of these oval brushes, and I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills and go with the darker shade here. Because I've got tan on, I'm going to use quite a dark one. So to find the cheekbone, come close down, stick your face in, and you feel the line there. You want it just underneath your cheekbone there. I'm just going to do a line. Don't go further than your eye here, because if you go too far down, it's going to drag your face down. You want it to look contoured and shaped. You don't want to bring your face down too far, your cheeks down too far. I'm going to do the same there. Slightly up here, because that's how your cheekbones go. They slightly raise here. And I like to, in my nose here, go down here. Down here. Use a tiny bit under here to make my chin look sculpted. So I'm just going to blend that out underneath my chin. Blend that out my nose. Keeping the middle lighter, because then if you keep in the nose lighter here and darker here, your eyes attract you just on that middle bit, so it makes your nose look thinner. And go around my forehead here, make my forehead look smaller, up into my hairline. Blend in that line. I'm just get my sponge and slightly blend it out with our line. I got the Makeup Revolution loose translucent setting powder. I'm just going to apply on my face. make sure that your foundation as well, the other tip I can give you as well is make sure that your foundation and your powders in there haven't got flashback in it, because that's the last thing you want on your big day. You know when people do their makeup and they've got a white, like white glow back on the photos, that's because the foundation has got tags and silks in them, and it can cause flashbacks. So do a bit of research before, maybe test it out and see if it can cause flashbacks. I've just put a little bit of powder on, just patted it around my face. Not using too much because I want to keep that healthy glow going. My skin's not too oily. Got a thin brush here, got my bronzer. I think this is RHImarkable natural bronzer. Don't know what shade it is. Sun Bronze 022. So I'm just going to go with my brush. Where I put the cream contour, I'm just going to go back over slightly high over this because it's a bronzer. And I'm going to go with my big fluffy brush and blend that up. Using some Anastasia Beverly Hills Blush Trio. I'm going to go in with black. That one there. Stab it in. And for your apples, your cheeks. Excuse my face pulling now. Smile. When you see this here, that's your apples, your cheeks here, the biggest part of your cheeks there. So I'll just pat that on like that, swirl round, and then I like to swirl the remnants up into my hairline, following up. So when you smile, you've got nice cheeks. Again, just gently building up that colour, because like I said earlier, it's harder to take away. It's easier to add. Blend it out. There's no harsh lines. Okay, and then I'm going to get a little fan brush. Highlighter. I just want enough to give a healthy glow, so I'm going to Makeup Revolution highlight palette, highlighter palette. Don't have a name on it, it's just Makeup Revolution highlight palette, and I'm going to go in with the shade here. So a lot of people do it up here. I like to put it here because I think it's just a bit more natural where your cheek is and where the light glows. So you just got that nice healthy glow when you turn in. Again, it's not too much, it's just a healthy glow. Making you look healthy, well-rested. Not too much here. I'm going to actually put a little bit on my finger. There. I'm going to go in the corner of my eye here. Just use my finger. Just make my eyes look more open again. Okay. Some people like to go down the nose. I don't personally on me because I got pores in my nose and I think it just draws attention to it. You can if you want to, but I don't. I just like it slightly not too high up. Just where the light hits, so that you've got a nice healthy glow there. I'm going to go back to my eyeshadow now, and I've got a big fluffy brush again, and I'm just going to blend out the lines there from where I done my foundation. Blend out that harsher line there. I'm going to go in and with the same colours again. So I'm going to do underneath my eyes just to bring the colours in together. So I'm going to get this brush here, it's not too dense. And I'm going to go in with that warmer brown I used on the Morphe palette. I'm going to go underneath my eye and tap the brush before putting it on your eye because it helps get rid of the fallout. And then I'm just going to go in with my fluffy brush and just blend that out again. Before I go in with the rest of my eyeshadow, I'm going to do my brows. And I bought this just, I've never used this before. It's L'Oreal Unbeliever and this is in shade Dark Brunette. So I don't know if it's going to be too dark for me, but I'm going to try it. It comes with a little brush, an angled brush and a spoolie. And this is supposed to last 2 days. It's not going to stay for 2 days because I'm not going to wash it off, obviously. But I don't know if this is going to be too dark for me. I'll try it. My eyebrows don't need a lot of work because obviously, like I said, they're microbladed, so it's a lot easier for me. So I'm just going to take that colour. You can use powder, pencil, whatever you find easier. So I'm just going to go line underneath my brow. Just following my eyebrow shape. And then I just like to flick the rest of the colour through my brows and up in the beginning part. Do little hair-like strokes. Have a little bit more colour on for the end of my brows. So I like to make these a little bit darker on the ends there. And a little bit thinner, to help the brow look a bit more washed. Okay, and then I like to get a spoolie bit and then just brush up my brow hairs. Okay, so this one done. That's my eyebrows done. So next thing I'm going to finish off the eyes. I've got a brown eyeliner. I'm going to put that on my eyes. I'm going to have to do this in a mirror, I think, because I'm going to poke myself in the eye. But literally what I'm going to do is go just into my eyeline there. I don't want anything too harsh because I'm going for a natural makeup look here. This is just going to help my lashes look thicker and just draw more attention to the eyes. Just finishes off the eyes nicely. I'm just going from the end here to my mid-eye. Let's see if I can done that properly now. that's just opened up my eye a little bit more there. It's just more attention to the eye. And what I'm going to do as well then, I'm just going to go into my waterline. I don't suggest doing this without a mirror because you could poke yourself in the eye. Don't do as I'm doing. Underneath the eye, it's in the eye there. And then do the same on the other eye. So that's just opened up my eye a little bit more there. It's just more attention to the eye. And what I'm going to do as well then, I'm just going to go into my waterline. I don't suggest doing this without a mirror because you could poke yourself in the eye. Don't do as I'm doing. Underneath the eye, to the middle of your eye there. And then do the same on the other eye. Okay, so just it brings a little bit more attention to your eyes. If you used it brown because it's a bit more softer and it brings up my blue eyes, bluey green eyes. So I've got the Primark False Lash Queen Mascara and PS Primark False Lash Queen Mascara. I love this mascara, it's really good. I can't remember how much I paid for it, but it wasn't a lot. It's pretty cheap, it's good. So with your eyelashes, you want to start at the bottom of your base of your eyelashes and wiggle it up. You want to concentrate more on the bottom of your base of your lashes because that's where it makes your lashes look thicker and longer. If you concentrate on the base of your lashes, not the mid-lengths. If you're concentrating too much on the mid-lengths of your eyelashes, it's going to make your eyelashes look spidery. So concentrate more on the bottom. I just put my on the base. Make sure you don't poke yourself in the eye, obviously, and just gently wiggle the mascara brush up. And then just brush it through. And then with the leftover mascara, I don't dip again. I just go on my bottom lash and just wiggle slightly. Now I'll do my other bottom lash as well because I don't want too much product on my mascara because I don't want it to clump. My bottom eyelashes, I want it to stand up but I don't want it to look clumpy. So I'm just going to get a Q-tip because I've got a little bit of mascara. I hate when that happens, but at least I can show you how it's cleaning up. Get a clean Q-tip. And just literally wipe that away. Gone. And then I'll just go back with my eyeshadow brush and just blend it out. No drama. All done. Okay, so eyelashes, you can leave them like this, or you can apply eyelashes, it's totally up to you. I'm going to go in with a lipstick for a second. I'm going to line my lips and do the lipstick. So I've got this natural pinky, browny tone lip liner, and I'm going to have to do this in a mirror because I'm not that good doing it without a mirror. So I'm just going to line my lips on the outer. So I concentrate on the Cupid's bow first. I work within my lip liner. I don't overdo my lips because my lips are naturally quite big anyway. So I don't think I need to do that. So lip liner will just tidies up the lipstick, makes it look quite, it looks like more finished look when you use a lip liner, but obviously serves a purpose and it stops the lipstick bleeding into your skin and coming off and rubbing off into your skin and things like that sort of during the day. So I'm going to go for this is a Morphe lipstick colour. It's called Taunt. It's natural. Just going to pop that into my lips. And then I'm going to get a Morphe Pixie lip gloss. Just go on my lips. Get a nice natural shine. I love the Morphe lipsticks and the lip glosses. They just stay for a really long time. They're really good. So we have it. We have the finished look. You can add eyelashes to this look if you want to add eyelashes. I'm just gonna curl my hair. I think I'm gonna curl my hair and come back so I can show you the look a bit more presented, a bit more nicer. So we'll be back in a second. Hey guys, so here's the finished look. I've dressed up and I've got a crown on, just to show you what the after look looks like. Hope you enjoy this tutorial. If you've got any questions, please comment below. Hope you have a lovely day, and check out for part 2 of my bridal makeup look for a darker, smokier eyeshadow look. Bye!